28 minutes left on my phone, and I decided that I was going to film this video. I have not planned what I'm going to say. It's just gonna be one of those videos I'm gonna hate myself when I caption. So we need to talk about how in creator shoutout videos, we shouldn't be misgendering people. I know, this is gonna be a novel concept to none of y'all because I feel like the majority of people who watch my videos, like, understand that, like, non-binary people exist and that you should use their pronouns, but, like, I wanted to make this video anyway. So, anyway, there's been some talk of, people have been making shout-out videos, and in those shout-out videos, they are misgendering trans creators, and then those trans creators are then tagged to see the misgendering. And not only is that fucked up, but the fact that, like, the trans creator then has to go and, like, be thankful for the shout out, like, no. They shouldn't have to be thankful for somebody misgendering them. Like, no. That's not how this works. I luckily have not been subjected to this myself. I feel like the shoutouts I have received are by other queer creators, so they, like, understand that you need to use people's pronouns. But, like, it's happened to my friends, and I'm tired of it. And I wanted to make a video discussing that, and also it kind of ties into something that I want to tell y'all. So, at work, this happens to me all the fucking time. People don't seem to realize that when you misgender somebody, you are basically telling them that you don't see them as the gender that they are. Like when you call a non-binary person a boy or a girl, you're being like, oh, I see you as a boy or a girl, not non-binary, which is fucked up. So yeah, misgendering is a lot more fucked up than people would like to think it is, because, everybody does it. But anyway, going back to what I said, I get misgendered a lot at work by strangers who don't know me, at all. But the thing is, I look masculine as fuck at work. I am wearing the male uniform, which is pants, a button-down shirt, and suspenders. Even my name tag doesn't even say R. My name tag says Alexander, because I was worried that if I put R, well, first of all, they wouldn't let me put R, and second of all, I was worried that I would get misgendered even more if I had an ambiguous name on my name tag. So I went with Alexander because that is solidly in the masculine category. Even though names shouldn't have gender, they do, and Alexander is a masculine name. So I was like, okay, that's what I'll put on my name tag. Since I've been back at work, since post-COVID, I don't think I've gotten sir once. I may have gotten it once, actually. I think I got it once. And I've been back since July. It's September. You want to know what everybody else calls me? Ma'am. Because they either see the shape of my body because I've gained a little weight since quarantine started, so I have, I guess, bigger hips, and they see that and they're like, oh, you're not fooling me. Or they hear my voice and they're like, oh, that can't possibly be that can't possibly be a masculine person either. And so I've just been constantly ma'amed at work. And I decided that, you know what? fuck this bullshit. There's a way that I can kind of maybe prevent this, and that's by going on tea. I haven't been the biggest fan of the side effects of tea in past years, but at this point, I'm willing to give it a try because I'm tired. I'm so tired. And I feel stuck in my transition because my name change hasn't gone through because of fucking COVID shutting down all the fingerprinting places that the class that I took needs to go to. So that hasn't happened. So I still have to look at my dead name every time I go to work and clock in. And not only that, I have to hear it at the fucking doctor's office because they don't give a shit. And on top of that, I have to deal with literally every guest at work either ignoring me or calling me ma'am. I don't mind if they ignore me. You can ignore me all the livelong day. But once you start calling me ma'am, you ruin my day, essentially. Like, you just do. Like, I can be having, a pretty good day, go to work, somebody calls me ma'am, suddenly the day is mediocre at best. So, I'm trying to find a place to go on tea, but nobody accepts my insurance. And the one place that my doctor recommends doesn't accept my insurance and also requires a letter from a therapist. Can we talk about how fucked up it is that to start hormone therapy, you have to have a letter from a therapist? That's fucking gatekeeping, y'all. I know the medical community is going to be like, oh, we just need to prove that you're of, sound mind and that you actually want it because it's permanent. People want what they want. It's fucked up to require a letter from a therapist to do anything. You shouldn't need a letter from a therapist to change your name, which I don't think you do. You shouldn't need a letter from a therapist to change your gender marker. You shouldn't need a letter from a therapist to get top surgery. You shouldn't need a letter from a therapist to get hormones. That's just my thoughts. You shouldn't need a letter from a fucking therapist. Because most of the time, this therapist is only going to see you once to give you the fucking letter. They don't know you. And if you require somebody to see a therapist for longer than one session, that's even more fucked up because you're requiring them to spend more money just to get what they already know that they want. It's fucking bullshit. Anyway, so it's been a real struggle to try and go on tea, but it is my plan, and I know all y'all are probably being like, oh, your voice isn't that bad, stop complaining so much. It's bad enough that literally nobody can call me by the right, not even the right, but by what I would like to be called at work. Anyway, I didn't mean to go on a full rant about that. This video was mainly supposed to be about not tagging creators when you misgender them in videos, because that is a problem. I don't think it's a matter of if it's going to happen to me, but when it happens to me inevitably, don't tag me. Misgender me in your video all you want to, and then just ignore me and pretend you didn't do it. I'd rather that than having to correct you, but be thankful that I got a shout out from you, even though by misgendering me, you're telling me that you don't see me as non-binary. I'm just over that. That's all I got for this video. Your fun fact, since this is the first video I've done this in front of, which is ironic because it's more of a ranty video, but I changed the layout of my bookshelves. You'll see that my favorite books are now behind me. See, we got all the favorites. All of them. But yeah, so this is my new. I moved the other books to my other shelf that you can't see. So I was like, my favorite book should be behind me when I film. That just makes sense. So yeah, I moved them. Feels weird to say I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you take something from this video, and I will see you in the next one.